Alrighty, what's going on, everybody? Hello, everyone, and welcome to the stream. How's everybody doing today? Ready for a full, fun day of gameplay streaming, I hope. Continuing on with all the great stuff I've been doing recently. Final Fantasy VII Remake. Continuing on today, and last time around we had a very action-packed stream where not only did we get through a few kind of dungeony areas like the sewers, but then we had a really, really big story development. The Sector 7 plate coming down. Sadly, some major characters of the game so far passed away. And then we had some really big story developments in regards to Aerith being an ancient. Not that we exactly know what that means yet, but we are learning more, right? And then we had the end. We had the end right in the middle of all this like great development stuff. We're like, oh shit. Sucks that we're right in the middle of this epic stuff and now we have to stop playing. So, the good news is today we obviously pick up right where we left off. We have some fun here today, continuing on with that story. So I'm excited to see where the game takes us. From what I don't understand, even though I think we're in chapter, I want to say it's like chapter 14 or something we're in or we're about to hit. The game has 18 chapters, but people are telling me the last several chapters are actually like the longest chapters in the game. And that basically, considering the fact that this is only Midgar, right? I'm wondering what else is left because in reality, all I'm remembering about the rest of Final Fantasy VII and Midgar is that you stormed the Shinra Tower. Like, I remember that distinctly because I remember there's one segment of that I always hated in the original Final Fantasy VII. It's very confusing. It's like a labyrinth where you get stuck. And you need to find this key card, find that key card. No, this door's locked. Oh, trap door. Oh, here come the guards. You alerted them. And it becomes this really annoying loop of stuff unless you exactly know where to go and what to do, which of course I don't. I never used a guide or anything playing this game. So usually it's kind of frustrating for me. So I'm not sure if we're getting to that today. Like, I don't know what else is left in the game. Did they extend the game at all? Did they pad it further with more content, more side content and extend it? Or what are we going into today? I have no idea, okay? So I guess we're going to see. Today, live on stream, we're going to see what exactly is in store for us in Final Fantasy VII Remake, all right? I don't know how much longer I have in the game either. Again, people are saying that, yes, the final few chapters are very long, so maybe we're talking, 3, 4, 5 more streams, or maybe we're talking only 2 more streams. I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens here, okay? Later tonight, it's a continuation of Morrowind. I play this once a week, my chill Morrowind stream. We are in the midst of a major quest line in Morrowind. What I am is I'm trying to go into this crypt or tomb, and I think I'm trying to find the remains of someone in there or something. I forgot exactly what it is, but there's some skeletons and other tough enemies in this tomb. We're right in the middle of this dungeon right now, okay? So we will have to see how I do tonight on the late stream. That is at 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, all right? Now, before we even get to the rest of the schedule, ladies and gentlemen, if you'll direct your eyes, please, to the top of the stream, you'll see we are at a 48 stream vest streak. That's just insanity. We are 2 streams away from hitting 50, all right? Now, first of all, thank you so much for the crazy amount of support recently. That's insane. I never expected that. How crazy is it that I'm hitting these tips goals every single stream, right? Pretty nuts. But that being said, if we hit 50, all right, I can guarantee you guys we're going to be doing a celebratory event in the coming week. Now, what will it be? Someone is working on a fun montage of stuff that I could play live on the stream for everybody as a way to celebrate the 50 vest stream streak, okay? If we hit 50 tonight, that is. We have to hit the 50 for that to happen. Now, it's not going to be ready tonight. I was hoping it would, but it's not. I was told basically next weekend it would be ready. So, FYI, if we do hit a 50 stream streak here of the vest, at the end of this week coming up, we will be doing a celebratory event here on stream. Now, here's the thing. I would love to do more than that, but because the world is still in lockdown, I can't really do much. Like I would have liked to go out and have a celebratory thing with decorations or put on a new vest to say, look, we hit a big milestone. Now we hit a new vest streak or something. But I can't do any of that because the world's shut down, right? Can't even go out to a store to look around or do anything, which sucks, But it is what it is. Certainly I'm not going to sit here and complain about it, that we're all in the same situation, right? And certainly many people are in a worse situation than me. I'm not sitting here complaining at all. Listen, I'm super grateful that you guys have been so supportive recently and we're hitting these streaks to begin with, okay? So, now, that being said, let's see what happens today. All right? Again, people every day now are asking me, Phil, do you think that this is going to be the day when the vest streak ends? And I say, I don't know. It's not in my control. It's about people watching my streams, having a good time, a positive time, enjoying, and then if they feel like contributing, they do. We'll see what happens. I'm incredibly grateful up to now that you guys have been so supportive. So I'm not going to complain if we don't hit the streak. But if we hit the streak, amazing. How long would it go? I have no idea. Obviously, this is in the 11 plus years that I've been streaming. Well, excuse me. In the 11 plus years I've been doing content creation, I don't think we've had a crazy positive streak this long. So let's see what happens. Okay. All right. Later tonight. Tomorrow is what I meant to say. Sunday, we're going to be playing more Neo 2. And from what I understand, we are finally getting into the end game of Neo 2. We're getting close at this point. Maybe a few more streams because I'm most of the way through the 5th area in the game. And there's only 7 areas in the game. And the last area apparently is very short. So maybe another 2-3 streams of Neo 2. Maybe we'll wrap it up. We'll see. But more Neo 2 coming tomorrow on the main stream. Tomorrow night, it will be Animal Crossing New Horizons. Now, here's the thing. I think I kind of screwed this up a little bit because I wasn't aware how Animal Crossing works, all right? So, this week, my wife and I, after we've been working on this island for a long time, and quite frankly, my wife works on it way more than I do, okay? This week, we got the island to 3-star rating, and that meant that the musician KK Slider showed up, played a concert, and we unlocked all the stuff that we've wanted to do the whole time, completely terraforming the island and all of that. Cat's already done an amazing amount of work on it. The island looks great, okay? But I didn't know this. KK Slider, moving forward, will always show up on Saturdays to play concerts and have other fun stuff going on. So I didn't schedule it right. If I had known that, I probably would have scheduled Animal Crossing for tonight because of KK Slider showing up. But I screwed up and didn't know that. So that's my fault. I obviously take the blame for that. What we'll do is we'll play Animal Crossing tomorrow night, okay? And then next week, I'll be sure to schedule it that we can play Animal Crossing on Saturday instead of Sunday, so that way we can actually get the KK Slider event to happen, okay? Does that sound good? Because I want to see it. I want to see how it turns out. Does he sing different songs every week? Do you get anything for attending the concerts? How does it work? I don't know. I would love to find out, but I won't know until we actually play on a Saturday. Okay? So we'll see. Next week I'll have to shift the schedule around, and then we'll see, is it worth it to do Animal Crossing every Saturday so KK Slider can be there or not? Or maybe it's something that's cool once or twice, and after that it's not a big deal anymore, right? So let's find out together. But for this week, Animal Crossing will be Sunday night, all right? Then on Monday, it'll be my second session ever of Banjo-Tooie. I started this up yesterday, and I'll be honest, I had a lot of fun with it, more than I actually thought I would, and the reason being is because I had just recently played Donkey Kong 64, and man, could I tell you guys how much better the first session of Banjo-Tooie was after playing Donkey Kong 64. I mean, I literally think I could tell you every single thing was better. The controls, the graphics. Now, the graphics are better because I'm playing an Xbox 360 upscaled version of it, obviously. But still, the graphics. I would even say, the sound effects aren't obnoxious like they are in Donkey Kong. Even though the game is definitely a collection quest, I don't think it's as obnoxious as Donkey Kong, where in Donkey Kong, every waking moment, you're trying to use one of the monkeys to grab different bananas and shit. In this game, it's not that bad. There's hidden stuff by far, but it's not that freaking bad where you're going absolutely nuts, trying to collect things every waking moment that you're playing the game. So far, so good. And you guys have already been helping me because there's obviously some cryptic stuff in the game if you never played it before to know, and you guys have been helping me, and I really enjoyed that first session, so I'm actually looking forward to more this coming Monday. And then Monday night will be my Minecraft chill stream for the week. Now, here's the cool thing. All right, here's the cool thing. Last week, we did an amazing amount of progress in Minecraft. We opened up the Nether. We went across the Nether thanks to Mr. Papavera's amazing navigation instructions. We made a shortcut through the Nether so that now I can get from my original settlement to my village that's way far away in like a minute or 2 minutes, which used to take 45 minutes. In addition to that, we now have blaze rods that we can use not only to do things like make ender chests, but also to do other things that I haven't even dabbled in yet. People have been saying, you have to go to the Nether to get these blaze rods. You can't do the end game stuff. Well, now apparently I can do the end game stuff, all right, which is pretty damn neat. I'm excited for that. So this Monday night, we're going to be doing a few things. First of all, we're going to be kind of doing an epilogue to last week's session where I see, geez, what do I really have in my inventory that I can use and what do I want to do here? But in addition to that, we're also going to be doing some really neat stuff, hopefully, with the beginning of building a new project. I've been trying to build this project for a while, but we've been so backlogged on stuff I didn't have a chance to start it yet. This is going to be the Greek and Roman architecture project, okay? So we'll see. We'll see how that goes this coming Monday night. And then Tuesday will be my day off for the week where I'm not streaming. Instead, I'll be doing errands and spending time with my family. I'll be back on Wednesday. And this week coming up will be a balance of all of the games I'm playing. Final Fantasy VII, Neo 2, and Banjo-Tooie. However, I need to start talking about this. You guys may have seen the link popping up in the stream chat. This coming Thursday, the final day of April, April 30th, is the return of Ask the King. I have not done a Q&A show in 3 months. The last one I actually did was January, okay? So I would love to do a Q&A show this week. I'm going to do one on Thursday, but I would love to get great questions for it, which is why I have this every 20 minutes popping up in the stream chat. Please, by all means, if you have not posted up questions yet for Ask the King, all right, please post up your questions on my forums, thekingofhate.com. The more questions I have, the better the show is, all right? So please, by all means, yes, please post up. Please get that stuff up there. You know, let's see how it goes. Hopefully it goes well, and hopefully it's a great show, all right? So that's a little different because usually it's just 6 straight days of gameplay streaming, but we will have one day where it's not going to be gameplay. It's going to be the Ask the King event, okay? Outside of that, you know, business as usual. Some things that are becoming up shortly, all right? First of all, I've talked about this, but the next game, after we finish one of these games that's in the main rotation, will be Fire Emblem Three Houses. That's the other game that won the Viewer's Choice poll. All right, and so that one's definitely coming up. I got asked overnight, am I playing Predator Hunting Grounds? At this point, I don't think so. I didn't hear too much good stuff about the beta when it was out. I've heard it's another one of these team-based shooters where if you play with a bunch of friends, it's fun. But outside of that, like, you know, it's kind of like Friday the 13th. But I don't really think necessarily that's something that's going to be my cup of tea. Maybe I would play it a couple times and not really care about it, you know? So chances are no, I'm not playing Predator Hunting Grounds. All right? It's off limits. I'm probably not going to be playing it. Also, the Trials of Mana, I'm probably not playing that right now either. I'm not saying I'll never play it. I'm just saying it's kind of off the table since I already have to play Fire Emblem. And we're already doing an RPG in Final Fantasy VII. So, you know, these RPGs coming up kind of off the table as well. All right. So what I am thinking of is, you know, coming up, once we finish up one of these games, we get Fire Emblem going. Another project I'd like to do, which will be a very short one, would probably be the Modern Warfare 2 Remastered campaign that I didn't play this month. But I am interested in doing that as a quick one. Also, you know, what I may do, I've been thinking about this, all right? Some people have asked me, am I going to go back to Mario Maker 2? And I basically said, nah, I don't think there's a reason. But they just did their final major update. And I'm actually thinking maybe I could do like a stream where we go back to Mario Maker 2 just to see what crazy stages people have now made with this final update in the game. But that would have to be a while. Like, we have to wait a few weeks because it's going to take people a while to design really good stages with that new content, right? Just to say, it's a last run. You know, let's look at it for a one-off thing. Some people have asked, am I going to go back to playing Genesis Mini or old school Super Nintendo? The answer is maybe, because I really am not enjoying Warzone. And I am going to play Call of Duty Warzone one more time this coming Wednesday. But during that stream, essentially what I'm going to do is talk with you guys and get feedback of what would you like to see as a night stream to take over for it because I'm just really not enjoying it and don't really feel like playing it anymore, you know. And I'm not gonna force myself to play something that I'm just seriously not enjoying very much. So we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it this coming Wednesday. Other possibilities of things I could be doing in May would be, I know there's a few remasters coming out. I think at one point, there's going to be like a Saints Row 3 remaster or something like that. I don't know when that's coming out, but maybe I'll look into that. On the 30th of this month, which is the same day I'm doing Ask the King, is Streets of Rage 4. And I'm not rushing to start that because it's probably going to be a short game. But that's a possibility of a co-op playthrough. I could team up with someone online. We could do beat 'em up and play through that game. There's a lot of things. There's basically a lot of options that I have for the month of May. Even though it looks like at this point most of the major releases are getting canceled or delayed, I still think there's potential for a lot of good stuff that I could do in May. Okay? So I'm not too worried about it. I think that we're going to be fine. We're going to have a bunch of good variety of streams and have a lot of fun. All right? So should be fun. All right? Good stuff. Outside of that, I'm just trying to think, is there anything else that I want to talk about? We will do a subscriber goal in the month of May. Okay, I know we didn't do one for the month of April. By the way, I should bring this up. At the end of March, we had a ginormous sub bomb that hit. I want to say it was like 75 subscriptions in one day, so that we hit the tier 2 goal so we could do 2 viewers' choice games. That's going to expire very soon because it happened right at the end of March. Okay, so that sub bomb is going to go, and we're going to go boop with the subs. They're going to go way down. So what I'm thinking is in early May, we'll set up a new sub goal. I know what it's going to be. I know what I want it to be. And we'll talk about that when we get closer to May. Okay, guys? All right. I was trying to think anything else. I don't think so. I think that I've basically covered like all the bases. And at this point, I think, I think we're pretty good to go. All right, so guys, thanks for listening. Let's now move on to the next section of the pre-stream, which is the gratuitous plugs. I'd like to say thank you guys for 11 awesome years that I've been a content creator here on the internet. That every day I get to share my fun gameplay experiences with all of you guys, okay? It's a lot of fun. It's amazing because I get to do what I love for a living. Instead of it, like a lot of people, which I've been in this case, where you just do a job to make money and put food on a table for your family. I actually get to do my hobby for a living, which is just remarkably outstanding that I get to do this. I'm so grateful, all right, that I get to enjoy my live streams with all of you guys on a daily basis. In addition to that, I still get to do this during the time when we have this whole worldwide pandemic going on. And a lot of people are stuck at home and they can't work. I'm still able to do these daily streams for you guys. And many people have contacted me and said, thank you so much for being so consistent, for putting out your streams and being positive in this time, because it's something that we look forward to, that can help us unplug from the world and just have a good time on your stream every day. You guys are welcome, and I am super grateful that you guys are so supportive and you come hang out with me every day. All right, this is an amazing, positive thing. I'm super grateful and happy for it. All right, so thank you for that. In the modern day here, I am a live streamer, full-time, and I stream 6 days a week. I also upload all those archive streams over to my YouTube channel, DSPGaming, so if you cannot watch the streams live, you can still get caught up on all of that stuff over there. All right, so pretty good, and I really enjoy what I do. All right, but because I am a full-time live streamer, I rely pretty much solely on your crowdfunding during the live streams to make ends meet. What I mean by that is it's not like it used to be where I had ad revenue, coming out in droves on YouTube because of videos I put out there. YouTube's my afterthought. It's really the streams that are my focus. So it's you guys being supportive during the streams that keeps me going. All right. So thank you to anyone who does contribute during the streams. In just a moment, I will outline some of the ways that you can contribute. However, before I even talk about a single one of those, what I would like to say is the following. Even though contributions are greatly appreciated, they are not mandatory. My streams are 100% free here on twitch.tv and always will be. That's the whole point. I put out fun, entertaining content with all of you and hang out with you, and we all have a good time. That's why I do it. I made YouTube videos for 2.5 years on YouTube as a hobby before I ever monetized a single gameplay video, because I only needed to do so because I lost my job. I needed a way to make money not having a job, and that's how I kind of fell into doing this for a living. It was never my intention. And if I were able to lose my ability to keep streaming full time and have fun doing this and, make a living, I would still stream in some limited capacity, albeit way less than I do now, but I would still try to stream as much as I could because I love it, all right? Please understand that I'm here for the passion of it and because I love gaming, not trying to make a buck, all right? So thanks for understanding that. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thanks for a great interactive social time. And hey, my philosophy is this. If I'm putting out a fun, entertaining, positive stream for you and you're enjoying what you're seeing, then people naturally are going to come and contribute. I don't have to sit here and harp on it all stream. Oh man, it looks like subs are low and it looks like this and that. I don't have to do that. Instead, I can just be happy and have a fun gameplay stream. And that philosophy has worked for me, in the last 2 to 3 years that I've been using it. Things have been going great on stream. So all I can say is thanks. And, let's keep that positivity going, right? All right. So without further ado, let's now talk about ways that you can contribute if you would like to. All right. I have a Patreon over at patreon.com/darksidephil. This is a monthly pledge campaign where your contributions earn you personal perks as a way of saying thanks a lot for, contributing. I'm not going to go into detail about it because it's all publicly listed over there. So give it a look yourself. And thanks to anyone who does consider contributing. All right. I have a Teespring store where you can buy fun merchandise, including t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, stickers, and mugs. Good quality stuff I can attest to. I own a bunch of it myself. But hey, don't take my word for it. Give it a look yourself. Thanks to anyone who buys anything. And, I appreciate anyone who helps me out in that way. Now, if you're here live on the stream, chances are you may want to contribute in a way that's going to get you recognition during the live stream. Maybe get some interactivity with me and also get some, way of saying thanks for your contribution. So if you either cheer with bits or you subscribe to my channel or you tip me here during the live stream, all right, I'm going to give you a thank you shout out during the stream as a way of saying, hey, thanks a lot for those contributions. Okay. If you see at the top of the screen here, oh, by the way, I should say, if you are going to look for a shout out, please abide by the rules of the stream. No insults. Don't try to get me to say something that'll get me in trouble on Twitch. You know what I mean? Let's all be rational humans here and not go crazy. And I think we're going to have a much better time with that. Okay. Now, at the top of your screens, you'll see a stream stats leaderboard. All right. This leaderboard tracks things such as top cheerer of the day, of the stream, and top tipper of the stream. This is a great way to get extra recognition as well. In addition, there's other leaderboards that are integrated into Twitch itself that track things such as top cheerer of the week, as well as people who've gifted subscriptions this week. So a lot of good ways to get recognized on the streams. Now, if you're wondering, I wonder what the best way is to contribute to Phil with all this stuff he just mentioned. Very matter-of-factly, the best way to contribute is by tipping me. And there's 2 reasons for that. The first reason is because when you tip me, I get those funds immediately to put towards very important things. For example, by the end of this month, I've got a health insurance payment I've got to make. I've got condo dues I've got to schedule. I've got grocery bill I've got coming up this next week when I go shopping, etc. That's basic behind-the-scenes bills and day-to-day stuff is basically what the tips go toward. All right? So that's why it's great. Now, other ways of contributions, like, for example, cheering or subbing or buying something from my Teespring. Those are all positive as well, and I'm very appreciative of those as well if you do decide to contribute via those methods. But those methods have a little bit of delay or lead time before I get any positive benefit from them, while tipping, I get positive benefit immediately. You see what I'm saying? That's why I do prefer tipping. So if you can tip today, please do consider tipping, because that will help. Now, the other thing is, we are on an unprecedented 48 stream streak, right? An unprecedented 48 stream streak, here on the streams of hitting the tips goal. So if we can keep that going, obviously, that would be amazing. Everyone has been feeling so positive about this continuing. If we hit the tips goal, I'll put on the vest as a way of saying thanks. That's how I've been celebrating it. And you guys, for whatever reason, you absolutely love this, or else it wouldn't have gone on as long as it has, right? So let's see. We hit the 50 stream streak today. There will be a celebratory event going on later this week. More details on that if we hit it. But let's see what happens. Okay, again, if it doesn't happen, well, there's nothing you can do about that, right? But hey, thank you very much, guys. For all of your support here on the streams. Fair enough? All right. So how do you tip? Below the stream, there's a tip jar button you can click on, or you could type !tip into the stream chat. And either way brings up a PayPal tips page When you're on that page, you can either use a registered PayPal account to tip, or you can use a credit or debit card, much like you would buy anything else on the internet. Now, you may not see the option for the debit or credit card right away, and that's because you need to load the fully loaded desktop version of the site to really have it kick in. So just so you know, if you're on a mobile device, you may have to load the full desktop version of the site to tip if you want to tip via that method. All right, guys, as a public service announcement, there's a few things I like to say on every stream because I'm looking out for you guys and I want you to be protected. All right, the first thing that I have to say is I strongly recommend, if you're going to be a regular here on Twitch and watch people's streams, turn off direct messages on Twitch. Sadly, direct messages are used primarily for online harassment and scamming. Sending you really nasty stuff about different people on the internet, including the streamer or yourself, who knows. Click this link, click it, now they get your IP address and they mess with you. You see what I'm saying? You don't need that crap in your life. Me, I've personally made it so that only people on my friends list on Twitch can send me private messages. And I strongly recommend you do that as well. That is an option here on Twitch. All right. Big tip that'll stop you from being harassed online. Now, in addition to that, sadly, ladies and gentlemen, there are just people on the internet who are really screwed up in the head. These people revel in hurting others. They get actual gratification knowing that they've anonymously gotten away with hurting someone on the internet today. I know that sounds crazy because for people like us, we have positive things in our lives. We have friends and family. We have, things that we work towards to build positivity up and help out others. We don't revel in disgusting stuff. But these people do. And sadly, what they do is they go out and they attack people just because they can get away with it. All right? Not because they get something personal out of it. Oh, I gained something. No, they just feel good because they hurt others. I know that sounds screwed up, but it's true. So that being said, please be careful about what kind of information that you put out on the internet, because you would be shockingly surprised how it can be mobilized against you. Just the stuff you probably have right now on social media, including stuff like your friends and family members listed there, where you work, or, places you like to hang out, your likes, your dislikes. All that stuff can be used against you. All right? Trust me, from someone who has had it used against me for every waking moment for the last 7 years, I know how bad it can get. And the last thing I want to hear is that my fans are being harassed by people online because of all this stuff. Okay? That's horrible. I'd absolutely be shocked and terrified and appalled to hear that people are going through stuff like this. All right? So, please do your due diligence to protect yourself with what you put out there on the internet. It's not a safe place. As much as most people would think, I'm a nobody, why would anyone harass me? You'd be shocked. You'd be absolutely shocked at what lengths people will go to just to feel good because they hurt somebody else. All right? That being said, if you are considering contributing on a live stream, I strongly recommend you do it anonymously. You can cheer, you can gift subs anonymously, you can actually tip anonymously. If you tip me today, you can say just anonymous and no one will know it's you. Or you can make up a name completely that has nothing to do with you, and now no one can associate that tip with you or come after you for it. You see what I'm saying? So please do your best to protect your identity. Please protect yourselves against these people, because they are very much out there. And, I definitely don't like hearing horror stories about people, getting hurt because of this stuff. Okay? All right, everybody. Now let's talk about the rules of the stream. Okay? So first off, please understand that I like to maintain a stream that is in line with the rules of Twitch. And what I mean by that is Twitch.tv has rules and regulations, and I abide by all of them. All right? I do not violate the rules because I love being here. And so I can't just say and do everything that I do on anything that I want on my stream. Please understand that, okay? But in addition to that, I have my own set of rules. And these rules are in place to maintain a certain chill vibe here on my streams. Please allow me to explain what I mean. All right? When you're on my streams, I want you to be able to relax. I want you to be able to sit back and have a good time and just unplug from all the stresses of the world, not be inundated with toxicity and negativity. Have some fun just watching me play whatever game it is, hearing my honest commentary on what I think about that game, interacting a little bit with me, interacting with other stream chatters. You see, I just want a fun, positive, relaxing time. That's the whole point of my streams. Positivity and fun. The last thing I want is you coming to my streams and being completely just, soaked in negativity, toxicity, arguments, nasty stuff. We don't want to do that here, okay? And, especially with what's going on in the world right now, with all this crap going on with, the pandemic, the last thing we need is more stress, right? So I want people to be able to come here and unplug from that stress and have a good time. So I have some certain rules in effect that I feel maintain that vibe. I call it the chill vibe. And here they are. First of all, we don't talk about politics and religion on the streams. In the 11 plus years that I've been a content creator, I have found that sadly politics and religion are incredibly derailing. Incredibly. Just get people very angry with each other, arguing, attacking each other, and in general, just being very fucking nasty. All right? I don't know why. These particular topics are hotbeds of discussion and they just become this big cesspool of anger. But they do. And I found many times that they just derail my content. So in general, we were not going to allow just general open discussion of that stuff. But if we're playing a video game that has political or religious ties, you know, it's part of the plot or whatever, then absolutely we would allow that. That's different if it's in context to what we're doing on the stream. But please, no derailing of the stream with these topics. Fair enough? All right. Now, in addition to that, I've expanded this rule recently to apply to this worldwide pandemic that we're in. Listen, everyone, we all know what's going on. We're all affected. We're all stuck at home. We're all doing things very differently than we used to because of everything going on with this crap, right? And because of that, you know, it is what it is. We're all adjusting. We're all adapting. We're all inundated with data of this every day. Every news outlet you turn on is all they're doing is talking about it. The last thing that we need is to come to the gameplay stream, and now everyone's talking about it. You see what I mean? There are going to be people who are going to be coming here directly to avoid that topic so they can relax and have fun and not have to think about it all day. So please, I'm not going to ban the topic of the coronavirus on my stream, but at the same time, please, let's not make the entire stream about that. Let's try to forget about it for a while and just have some fun together. Fair enough? Okay. Now, in addition to that, I've already mentioned this group of people on the internet that only exist to hurt others. I know it sounds really sick, but it's just true. They're only there to hurt other people. And sadly, these people have latched onto me and harassed me systematically for years. I know about this. I know that every single day they put out more slanderous material. That every single day they make up controversies and they literally just fucking pull shit out of their butts to try to make up new drama every day about me. Even though if you notice, if you're just sitting here on my streams, it doesn't affect the streams at all. Seriously, at all. No one cares about that crap. We're here to have fun and have positivity in our lives and just have a good time with games. We don't care about all that toxicity that these idiots are strumming up outside of the stream. But, you know, it is what it is. They benefit from it. First of all, like I said, they get pleasure out of hurting me and my family members, by the way. It's not just me. It's my family and others who are affected by this. But in addition, they sometimes get popularity. They get views. They make money actually doing this, even though it's illegal activity. It's defamation. And it shouldn't be allowed, but places like YouTube just allow it. They don't do anything about it. Twitch.tv will not allow that crap, but YouTube does. So there's nothing I can do about it, all right? I'm well aware it exists, but by bringing it up on the stream, sadly, you're doing two very bad things. First of all, you're derailing the positivity of the stream. We're all here to have fun. We're not here to hear about what the latest asshole said about me because no one gives a fuck. And number two, you're bringing undue attention to someone who doesn't deserve it, and you may get someone who came here for fun and positivity that now goes over and is inundated with negativity and toxicity, which is the complete opposite of what we want to do on the streams. So please understand, all right? Please understand that all this stuff is not allowed to be talked about on my streams, period. It is against the rules. Please do not do that. Do not, derail with all this negativity. Fair enough? All right. Let's move on to the third and final segment of the pre-stream, which is the shout-outs, where I say thank you to you guys for your contributing. We update the leaderboards a bit, and, we get things started basically with some fun discussion before I actually get to the gameplay. That way, when I get to the gameplay, any hot topics have already been discussed, right? So we start off today with Cold Zero, who cheered 51 bits. And he says, I do not joke around and I do not giggle. I do not try to have fun. I do not try to laugh. This sounds to me like a meme, or it actually sounds to me like a quote from something. I don't know. Seriously, my keyboard died again. Oh my god. I don't know what that's from. But thank you, Cold Zero, for getting the cheering started today. Are you kidding? Maybe my batteries are dead. Although I swear I just changed the batteries out on this thing recently. I'm going to try one more time. If this doesn't work, then I'm going to have to get new batteries for it because This sucker is not working, which is very weird because it was, like I said, I swear I just changed the batteries out on this thing. Now it's working. Okay, cold 0, 87, V2. I don't know what's going on. I'm just going to leave the keyboard on my lap, I think. Because what I usually do is I put it on the arm of my love seat, but that's usually right next to my phone. And I think what this actually is that my phone is interacting with the signal of the keyboard, because it's a wireless keyboard. I think it's screwing it up, so I think I'm just going to leave it on my lap. What else can we do, right? Okay. Jax Raxer tipped me $5, very first tip of the day. And he's actually giving me some good tips in regards to Final Fantasy VII. Let's get him up on the leaderboard as we start here. Oh, come on! Alright, at this point, I gotta believe the batteries are dead. Seriously, like... Wait, now it's... What? Now it's working. How does this make any sense? Alright, let me put it back up on the shoulder of the couch. I don't know what's happening anymore. I just don't. I don't understand this. How could it be half working? You know what I mean? If a battery was dead, it wouldn't be half working. So, oh my god. Anyway, so Jax Raxer, thank you for the $5 tip. He says, hey, if you're having issues with mobile enemies in Final Fantasy VII, try using level 1 spells. They do less damage, but they have less startup, and they can help with enemies like those drakes. Also, check the levels of your materia. I noticed at least one cure has been maxed out at the GA level, right? It's the 3rd level of healing. Well, here, Jax Raxer, thank you for the tip, but I do have a question then, okay? If the whole point of using magic isn't really dealing damage, but to fill the stagger gauge on enemies that really can't be staggered otherwise, all right? Because I've noticed that. Like, the magic doesn't necessarily do a lot of damage. The only thing I've noticed is robot enemies take a lot of damage from lightning. Outside of that, it doesn't look like the magic technically really hurts that bad. It's more about filling that stagger gauge, so now you can really lay it on them when they're weakened. But here's my question. Why are there more powerful magic spells then? If the higher level spell you do is so slow that it's very hard to hit an enemy with it, why do they even exist? It seems like they put the heavier spells in the game as a way to say, oh, well, that's typical to Final Fantasy. There's always the regular and then the middle level and then the heavy level elemental spells. Great, I get that. But what you're telling me is basically the heavy level is completely ineffective. The enemy needs to take 2 steps left and then the spell misses. So why do they even exist? Now, Anbu just said you can use it when they're stunned for extra damage or stun. Okay, fair enough. So if that's the answer, stun them with the light spell. Once they're stunned, now lay it on them all with the heavy spells. Okay, I guess. In fact, if you remember, I have a mission that I got from, I forgot the kid's name, the robot kid or whatever. And the mission is do a 200% stagger level. So maybe we can do stagger and then everyone lays on with the high level spells and it like maxes their stagger. Ellipsian also just said, well, actually, fire and thunder spells will never miss. It's ice and wind that can be dodged. Well, here you go. I'm glad I asked, because now I'm learning a ton. So, if I'm going to be using wind or ice, right, the initial spells should be the lighter spells. Then, once they're stunned, lay on with the heavy spells. But if I'm going to use fire or lightning, they never miss. I can use the higher level spells of those. Thank you. Very nice. That's exactly what I need to know. And you know what? That was never anything present in a previous Final Fantasy, at least to my knowledge. So that's why it's good to learn that. And I didn't know that before, right? Okay. Continuing on here. So thank you, Jax Raxer, by the way. First tipper of the day. $5. Thank you for that. Delta080, subscribe to the channel. Thank you, Delta, for the subscription. I appreciate that very much. Lacking... Oh, wait. This is a troll, so I'm just going to ignore this asshole. Invader V tipped me $4. And this guy, he pops in from time to time, and he says this insulting thing. I think at this time it's either a running meme or a joke. He says, I want to let you know, me and my cat watch you all the time, and we hate your guts. Okay, then. Well, thanks for the tip. I mean, typically when you hate someone's guts, you go on there screaming you tip them, right? So I think it's a running joke or something. But thank you for the tip. I appreciate that. PW Dubs cheered, and he says, I haven't watched much wrestling lately. Hold on. Because there's no crowds. Who do you think in NXT has the most promise to make the main roster? I have no idea. I haven't seen any wrestling lately. The last piece of wrestling that I watched was The first day of WrestleMania, I watched probably the first half of it, and I haven't seen a single piece of wrestling since. What I do is on social media, I follow the topic, and so I'm in the know about like what's going on usually just by looking on Twitter. You can see highlights of matches, and you can see people talking, discussing the results. But I have no real investment in wrestling. I haven't watched it in a long ass time. So, okay, Big D's did a 100-bit cheer. That's the biggest cheer of the day, and he says, hold on. Let me get Big D's up here on the leaderboard because guess what I did? Because I couldn't get the stupid thing to work earlier. I forgot to put Cold Zeros up, but his was 51 bits. Okay, so Big D's. That's 100 bits. Thank you, Big D. Oh my God, it's still barely working. I don't know what's going on. Thank you, Big D's, for the 100-bit cheer. Now he says, Grandia HD would be a good game for a chill stream. Well, here's the thing. Grandia is an RPG. I believe I played Grandia 2. I don't know if I played Grandia 1, but I think I played Grandia 2 back in the day, and I really liked that game. I played it on PC, you know, with high-resolution graphics and everything. I thought it was good. Would I like to play Grandia? Maybe, yes. But right now, we have so many RPGs going on. We got Final Fantasy VII. When we beat that, we got Fire Emblem Three Houses. And then after that, I'm sure people are going to want another one. I actually said later this year, all right, I would like to play the original Final Fantasy VII. Because that way we can see how does that hold up in regards to the remake. And then as we continue to play the game and we can see the rest of the story flesh out, right? We can have a lot of fun with that because I believe the best parts of the game are after Midgar. That's just my personal belief. So I think we're doing that later in the year. So I don't know if we're going to be squeezing in even more RPG stuff this year, but we'll see. Thank you for the suggestion. Kurosawa Kid to me $5 and says, Phil, I'm wondering if you ever beat all the original weapon bosses from Final Fantasy VII. If so, which one did you hate the most? I beat them all. I know the toughest ones are Emerald and Ruby weapon, and I can't remember which one it was, but one of them just has such an insane HP pool, right? That it takes, even when you have the most powerful stuff in the game, it still takes like 20 minutes to beat it, if I remember correctly. It's just like it's designed that way. You know, it's designed to be a really oddball fight that's nothing like the rest of the game because it's an optional super boss. And even fighting it is different from like fighting everything else in the game. I remember, like, you have to use, if I remember correctly, you have to use like a secret ability to go underwater. I think this is Emerald weapon. You have to use the secret ability to go underwater and breathe underwater and fight it underwater. You know, and you need to have the Knights of the Round materia, which is the best summon in the game. If you don't, there's no chance of you being able to beat this thing because it has such a high HP pool. So, yeah. Now, I can't remember the differences between Emerald and Ruby. I remember Ruby was also tough, but I think it was easier. I could be wrong. You know, I just remember them both being very difficult super bosses. And, they're fun when you beat them and you say, man, I finally did. I can't believe it. You know, this thing was insanely hard and I actually defeated it. It makes you feel good about yourself. Like, damn, I overcame the real challenge of the game that was hidden behind secrets. Because you can't even get to those bosses without doing insane amounts of stuff. Like, for example, you have to do this ginormous quest line, raising and breeding chocobos and racing chocobos at the gold saucer to get the golden chocobo to fly to the island where you can get the Knights of the Round materia so that you can actually have a chance against the super boss. So it's like 20 hours of preparation to even get to it before you can even do it. It's crazy. But then when you finally beat it, you're like, yeah, you get all excited. So, very nice. All right. Anyway, that's my answer. Thank you for the tip, Kurosawa Kid. PW Dubs cheered, and he says, in high school, was the salutatorian jealous of you getting valedictorian? Well, you want me to be honest? The thing was, in high school, I felt that it was easy. Like, even though, yes, it took a lot of time to study, I had to study a lot behind the scenes to get the grades that I got to be the valedictorian. I always felt that academics like that came naturally to me, okay? Book smarts came naturally to me. If I was given the material to learn, I could learn it and apply it easily, especially if I'm giving examples of how to apply it. Like, I could pick things up pretty quickly. Let's put it that way, all right? certainly, here we are, many, many, many years later, and my brain is probably the speed of a slug. But back then, I was actually pretty sharp. All right, and I was friendly with the salutatorian. And what's funny is, near the end of our tenure in the high school, I remember having a conversation with her, and she was like, how do you do it? How the hell do you keep doing this? Because I remember in particular there was a couple tests and stuff that we had taken, and those tests, like, I aced them, and she didn't do so well on them, and she was asking me, how the hell did you do so well? And I was like, I'll be honest with you, it just comes naturally to me. Like, it's not like, I mean, not to lie, yes, I put a lot of time into it. Obviously, when everyone else was out partying and having fun, I was usually at home studying my ass off. And then it wasn't until like the last year of high school and college that I really started having more fun with friends. I'll be honest here, I always was kind of like studying at home and then playing video games, of course. Those are my two big things that I was doing. But yeah, like, she actually, when I told her that, she started crying. And I was like, oh my God, I totally didn't mean to upset you. I'm so sorry. And she's like, no, you don't understand. Like, for me, this isn't easy at all. Like, I am literally busting my ass. My parents are working me to the bone because they wanted me to be the valedictorian. And you're telling me that you don't have to work that hard. And I'm really, like, destroying myself to try to do well. And I felt so bad. I was like, no, really, I'm really sorry. Like, I'm just being honest. I didn't mean, I'm not bragging or anything at all. I then really felt like shit, because that's obviously not what I meant, but it's true that people do have different natural abilities. And I'll give you a perfect example. I told you guys about my friend T. Carter many, many times over the years, right? And T. Carter was able to absorb data about a video game, any video game. I'm not even talking just Street Fighter. Like, he could play Mario Kart, he could play a platformer, and within like hours, he would know the ins and outs of the game and master it. That was like his thing. He had an incredibly intelligent mind where he could just master shit right away. And I couldn't do that. I was the kind of guy, like, I need to be there in the arcade, every weekend, grinding to get the execution, to learn the strategy. You know what I mean? This kid, boom, he could pick it up in a minute. That's not me. I'm not like that. I need repetition, and I need experience, right? But if you give me a book with a bunch of shit to memorize, I can memorize it pretty easily. At least back then I could. So I could memorize shit, but it was really the application of that stuff that I had difficulty with. This kid could learn everything and immediately apply it to games and just destroy. So that's the thing. Everyone has these different strengths and weaknesses. And, the salutatorian was actually angry that she was working her ass off and couldn't become the valedictorian, couldn't surpass the grades that I was putting out. And then I tell her, I'm not really working that hard. It's kind of easy. And she lost it, and I felt so bad. But that's a true story. And by the way, after that, we were still friends. It's not like she was like insanely hated me or anything after that. We were still friends after that for a while. We talked all through college and stuff. So, I Heart Darts 2507, subscribe to the channel. Thank you, I Heart Darts, for the sub. Snow Carl, cheers. Considering the enormous amount of tips you managed to raise the month, is it time to buy a new keyboard? Well, if this thing keeps malfunctioning, probably yes. Now, what keyboard will I get? I have no idea. I'd like to go see it in the store to see, is this small? Is it one that I like? And I can't do that right now because everything's fucking closed. See, when the economy opens up again, yeah, maybe I'll go. If this thing keeps malfunctioning, yeah, maybe I'll, excuse me, maybe I'll go out and I'll buy a new keyboard. All right. Eileen Dover, here we go again, this person, saying, cheered and said, have you ever seen Xena Warrior Princess? Yes. It was very popular. I preferred Hercules. I liked the Hercules live-action series from the 1990s. But Xena also had crossovers and stuff with Hercules, so every once in a while I would watch Xena as well. Battleduck 9000 took me $1.30. So if your keyboard is acting up, try switching it off and on again. If the phone's interfering with the signal, the keyboard receiver should attempt to use a different frequency. You can try disabling Bluetooth in your phone to see if that helps. Number one, Bluetooth is disabled in my phone. It is. I have it off at all times because I never wanted it to interfere with anything in my office. And number two, the keyboard itself has no off and on switch. I know that sounds weird. It doesn't. It's the very first model Microsoft Arc wireless keyboard, And you has no off and on switch. The only way to turn it off and on is to take the batteries out. And that's what I do every time. So, I don't know. Anyway, internet famous McCroy tipped me $6 and said, "Hey Phil, here's $6 to be the top tipper for now. I want to see if your dying keyboard can type it all in." Oh my god. I guess we're gonna find out. You ready? Well, it looks like it worked. Yep. A little on the delayed side, but it did work. So there you go. Thank you, internet famous McCroy, for the top tip of the stream. Let's see here. The original drum to the dollar, wondering if I've ever ridden a horse. No, I've never. I've answered this a million times. I don't know why people ask me the same question. Obviously, it's some kind of a fucking meme I don't understand. No, I've never ridden any kind of an animal at all. Never. Biersch. Let's see here. Tipped $5. He says, "Thanks for the second chance because you unbanned me the other night. I tried to make my apology email sincere and a little humorous. Do you remember it? Did I succeed? Thanks again for the unban." Yes. It was. I read it. I didn't take it super seriously, but I did feel that you were apologizing sincerely, and that's why you're unbanned. And I wish more people would take it like that, too. I wish more people would understand that it's not a huge deal to be banned, and as long as people are being positive, that they could get unbanned pretty easily. That it's not that big of a deal. Now, it also depends on what you've done. If you did something that was, like, crazy, horrendously insulting to myself or my family, you're probably not getting unbanned. Also, it also depends on the length of time. So, for example, let's say you want an unban. You say, "Man, I said something really stupid. I'm sorry." And I go back, and literally I can see 3 weeks of chat logs where all you did was shit on me in the chat. That's not one instance where you made a mistake. That's habitual harassment, and you're not coming back. You see what I'm saying? So there's definitely a scale here, right? There's scale here. Biersch also subscribed to the channel. Thank you, Biersch, for the sub. I appreciate that. Crap Cock did 150-bit cheer. He says, "Phil, going back to the original Final Fantasy VII is an awesome idea." I agree. I actually wanted to play the original Final Fantasy VII last year. I felt that if we played through the whole game, that would have given us a basis to compare the remake to. But when it came time to play a Final Fantasy in the summer, everyone wanted to see 9. So I played Final Fantasy IX. And by the way, I don't regret that. I really enjoyed playing Final Fantasy IX. But hell, it might have been a lot more fun to compare the original 7 to this remake. Now, the good news is, I can still play it. We can still play it maybe later this year. I think that would be cool because now we've played the remake. We can see, okay, here's what they did in the remake versus what's in the original. Plus, it'll help my memory too because remember, I haven't played it since, I'd say, the first half of the 2000s. So it would refresh my memory of what I was maybe misremembering about the original, right? So I guess we'll see. Anyway, yes, thank you for the cheer. You are the top cheerer of the day, except then I Heart Darts did a 300-bit cheer and said, "Just want to say thanks you for providing a chill and positive vibe today." Well, thank you very much, I Heart Darts. You are the top cheerer. Uh-oh, here we go. Look at this. I didn't do anything. Fucking thing. I didn't do anything. Why did it stop working? Are you kidding? This was not giving me problems last night. In any way. I really don't understand what's causing it at this point. Because my phone is now away from it. Like, my phone was sitting next to it. It's not anymore. So at this point, I have no idea what's causing this keyboard to screw up. You got me. I'm baffled. All right, continuing on. Let's see here. What? Clothis, or Clothies, I have no idea how to pronounce this name, tipped me $5 and says, "Do I think Peter Fonda was Ted Turner's brother-in-law?" What the fuck does that... Huh? I don't even know, like, I know who Ted Turner is from wrestling days. I don't know who the fuck Peter Fonda... I don't know. Anyway, thanks for the $5 tip. Puzzle Boss tipped me $5.01. Thank you, Puzzle Boss, for the tip. That gets up to $37 in tips. Dude of Destruction tipped me $6. Can you tell us about the days where you were menaced by a kitty blimp? No, because I don't even know what the hell that means. But, thank you for the tip. Now we're up to $43 in tips. Thank you, guys. Oops, that is not correct. That is correct. Okay, and bleach injection, tip $3. Have you ever lied in your life? I would have to say yes. You have to think, at some point in my life, I lied. Like, for example, one distinct thing I can remember, last year, people were asking me about getting a cat and a pet, and I basically, for a while, told you guys I didn't have one, when in reality I did behind the scenes, because I knew that there was a trip coming up when that cat was going to be home alone for a while, and I was honestly scared for its safety. I was scared for Jasper's safety, and I didn't want anyone to know that I had a pet at home and then try to pull something when I wasn't home, okay? So I lied about it until I felt that it was safe enough to reveal that Jasper existed and everything, you know. So, yes, obviously, there are times in everyone's life that I feel... Is there a single person that has never lied in their entire life about something? You know, at least when I lie, I feel like it's better for the common good. Like, I'm trying to protect my family, you know. But, you know, could I tell you every specific time I lied? No. Of course not. I do try to not lie as much as possible, you know. So, Crapcock did a 500-bit cheer now, and that actually makes Crapcock the top cheerer of the day. Let's put Crapcock up on the leaderboard. And, oh my god, seriously? That's how many bits? 500 bits. Oh my god. What the fuck is going on? How many times do I have to press the button? Jesus. Internet Famous record release over 6 months is almost at the tip's goal in pre-stream. Are we going to start with the vest today? Well, considering that we are $54 away from the tip's goal, I would say no, we're not starting with the vest today. All right, but who knows how quick it'll take, you know. It's funny, some streams we get it almost immediately, and some streams it's like till the end, but hey, it's been amazing. So, all right. Let us now do some shout outs for those who've cheered this week. The top cheers of the week, okay? Who's this? In 10th place, Gary Sanchez plays. In 9th place, Papa Vera. In 8th place, Sundance McGee. 7th place, Kurosawa Kid. 6th place, Crapcock. 5th place, Nin Star Rune. 4th place, Sambuca. 3rd place, Dino Sword. 2nd place, Freddie B. And 1st place, Shadow the Hedgehog. Thank you guys very, very much. I appreciate that. And then, to those who have gifted subscriptions this week, Dark Star Magnolia, I Killed Phil, Big Papa Phil, Freddie B. Cardi B, Philly Buckeye, Orange X Juice, and K. Mashar all gifted 1 sub. Star St. Mark gifted 5. My favorite Jordy Quotes gifted 5. And Beastbot gifted 8. Thank you guys. Also, Elon Jusk just took me $1 saying that he had emailed me last night about getting unbanned. I don't remember that. I don't remember seeing your email. If you did email me, did you include your name? Because I actually got several emails yesterday, people requesting to be unbanned and didn't even give me their Twitch names, and I'm not even wasting time with that. If I see that, I'm like, if you're too stupid to give me your Twitch name so I can look into it, I'm just going to delete your email. Like, it's not even worth a reply. So, hopefully that's not you, Elon Jusk. You know, email me again, and I'll take a look at it today. Okay? All right, guys. Let's take a short break. I'm going to use the restroom, and then when I come back, we will start up here with Final Fantasy VII Remake. Oh, I got one more question from Knows Nobody, saying they cheered and said, why do I manually update the leaderboard instead of automatic? Very, very good question. I've answered it many times, but just as a refresher. First of all, when it's automatic, you have no control over it. Meaning, there's going to be things that people are going to try to pull, all right, that are going to try to get up on the leaderboard, that are insulting, that aren't necessarily things that I would like bannable words, but things that could be a reference to a detractor meme about my wife or my family. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want them to even know for a moment they can get up here on this leaderboard because it's automated. All right, that's number one. Number two, I'm worried that if I don't have ultimate control of the leaderboard, that I could get negative consequences on Twitch for it. Now, other Twitch streamers probably don't have to worry about this, but I know for a fact there have been some people who had automated stuff on Twitch, and people found a way to abuse it. And next thing you know, there were like things that they got temporarily suspended for or banned for because it was automation. Okay, so I don't want to risk it. You know, you guys got to remember something. This is my livelihood, right? And you know, I have to have rules. I have to have control. I can't lose my ability to stream, or else I can't make a living. I can't pay my bills, right? So please understand that. And I know that it takes longer to update the leaderboard manually. I know it's annoying on a day like today when for some reason my goddamn keyboard isn't working, but, you know, in general, it's not an issue. And the other thing is, this is the third reason too, because I have to manually update it, it actually is like a third check to make sure that I don't really miss out on people's contributions. Okay? See what I mean? Like, because I have to manually read Streamlabs and then manually update the leaderboard, I don't miss a contribution. See what I mean? Like, if I was automated, chances are I would miss a bunch of shout-outs because I'm not constantly looking because I just trust the leaderboard to update itself. While if I do it this way, I can actually take a look at it, you know. And another reason, too, a lot of people tip insulting stuff to try to get noticed. And those are people who, quite frankly, should not be counted on the leaderboard because they're just basically going to try to charge that back. Now, I'm not saying they're going to win that charge back, but what I'm saying is when you have someone who tips me and says something really disgusting about me, yeah, they're going to try to charge that back and basically scam me out of it. So that should not be counted because that's going to be something that's going to be in a fucking dispute for ages. And I'm not going to deal with that shit. So there's really many benefits to manually doing it. And usually it's not a big deal unless the fucking keyboard doesn't work. Okay? Fair enough? All right. Thank you, guys. Let us end the pre-stream. I'll take a quick break to use the restroom. And then it's Final Fantasy time. All right, guys? All right. I will see you in just a sec.